Welcome to our channel. Today we're strapping ourselves in for a cosmic road trip searching for a new home away from home. Now I'm not saying Earth is going out of style, but wouldn't it be prudent to have a backup plan? You know, just in case. Think of it this way. We humans are explorers by nature. We've climbed the highest mountains, dived into the deepest trenches, and even walked on the moon. So why stop there? The universe is a vast ocean of possibilities, and out there, somewhere, other Earth-like planets are just waiting to be discovered. We're going to take a look at 7 of the most promising candidates, each with its own unique characteristics and potential for harboring life. Buckle up, space travelers, because this is going to be one mind-blowing journey. First up on our cosmic house hunt is Proxima Centauri b, or Proxima b for short. Now this planet isn't just our cosmic neighbor, it's practically right next door. We're talking a mere 4.2 light-years away, which in cosmic terms is like walking across the street to borrow a cup of sugar. Proxima b orbits Proxima Centauri, a red dwarf star that's smaller and cooler than our Sun. Don't let that fool you though. This planet is tidally locked, meaning one side always faces the star, while the other remains in perpetual darkness. Imagine a permanent sunrise on one side and a never-ending night on the other. Now for the big question, could Proxima b support life? Well, here's the exciting part. It sits right smack dab in the habitable zone, also known as the Goldilocks zone. This means the temperature is just right for liquid water to exist on the surface. And where there's water, well, there's a chance for life as we know it. Of course, there are still a lot of unknowns about Proxima b. Its atmosphere, for instance, remains a mystery. Is it thick enough to protect potential life from harmful radiation? Does it even have an atmosphere at all? These are questions that future observations and maybe even interstellar probes will hopefully answer. But think about it, folks. A planet just a stone's throw away with the potential for life? That's the kind of stuff that gets scientists like me jumping out of our chairs. Next, we're setting our sights on Kepler 452b, a planet often dubbed Earth's older cousin. Now this one's a bit further out, about 1,400 light-years away, but trust me, it's worth the trip. Kepler 452b is about 60% larger than Earth, and orbits a star very similar to our own Sun. In fact, its star is so similar to the Sun that it's almost spooky. Same size, same temperature, even the same spectral class. It's like looking in a cosmic mirror. And here's the kicker. Kepler 452b also sits comfortably in its star's habitable zone. That means it could have liquid water on its surface, oceans even. Imagine that, a whole other planet with vast blue seas. Now we don't know for sure if Kepler 452b is a rocky planet like Earth or a gas giant like Neptune. But if it is rocky, and if it has the right kind of atmosphere, well, it could be a prime candidate for life. Some scientists even speculate that Kepler 452b might be more evolved than Earth, given that its star system is older than ours. Could there be advanced civilizations out there looking back at us with their own telescopes? It's a tantalizing thought, isn't it? Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to enter the TRAPPIST-1 system, a cosmic treasure trove of not 1, not 2, but 7 Earth-sized planets. And the best part, 3 of them, including our next stop, TRAPPIST-1e, orbit right within the habitable zone. Now TRAPPIST-1e is a bit of an enigma. It's about 40 light-years away and orbits an ultra-cool dwarf star, much smaller and cooler than our Sun. This means the habitable zone is much closer to the star, and the planets are huddled around it like campers around a campfire. So, what's it like on TRAPPIST-1e? Well, imagine a world with a reddish-orange sky, where the star appears much larger in the sky than our Sun. Because the planets are so close together, you might even be able to see some of the other TRAPPIST-1 planets in the sky, like giant moons. Now here's where things get really interesting. TRAPPIST-1e is thought to be a rocky planet, and some scientists believe it could have a water-rich atmosphere. Imagine that, a planet with oceans, clouds, and maybe even rain. Of course, there are still a lot of questions to be answered. Is there actually life on TRAPPIST-1e? What's the climate like? Is it a volcanic world or a peaceful paradise? These are mysteries that future telescopes and missions will hopefully unravel. Next on our cosmic quest is LHS 1140b, a planet that's making waves in the world of astronomy. Located about 40 light-years away, this planet is about 7 times more massive than Earth, earning it the title of a super-Earth. Now, LHS 1140b orbits a red dwarf star, but unlike some of the other planets we've visited, this one has something special, a substantial atmosphere. And when I say substantial, I mean substantial. We're talking about an atmosphere that's potentially hundreds of times denser than Earth's. Now you might be thinking, a super dense atmosphere? That doesn't sound very hospitable. And you'd be right, at least from our perspective, but here's the thing. LHS 1140b's thick atmosphere could actually be a good thing when it comes to habitability. You see, a dense atmosphere can act like a giant blanket, trapping heat and potentially allowing liquid water to exist on the surface, even though the planet receives less radiation from its star than Earth does from the sun. Plus, a thick atmosphere can also help protect life from harmful radiation, which is always a plus when you're talking about potentially habitable worlds. Of course, we still have a lot to learn about LHS 1140b. What's the composition of its atmosphere? What's the surface temperature like? Is there any chance of life existing beneath those thick clouds? These are questions that future observations and missions will hopefully answer. Chapter 5. Ross, 128b, a quiet neighbor in a noisy universe. Let's journey to Ross, 128b, a planet capturing astronomers' attention for its potential habitability. Located just 11 light-years away, it's one of the closest potentially habitable exoplanets. Ross, 128b, orbits a red dwarf star, Ross 128, which is smaller and cooler than our Sun. Fortunately, Ross 128 is relatively inactive, unlike other temperamental red dwarfs. This means Ross 128b receives gentler radiation, making it a promising candidate for life. Intriguingly, Ross 128b is tidally locked, with one side in perpetual daylight and the other in eternal night. This could create a unique temperature gradient with a potentially habitable zone in between. Future observations and missions will hopefully answer our questions about Ross 128b. Chapter 6. Gliese 667cc, a super-Earth in a triple-star system? Fasten your seatbelts, folks, because we're about to enter a star system that's straight out of science fiction, the Gliese 667 system. This system is home not to one, not to two, but to three stars, locked in a complex gravitational dance. And orbiting one of these stars is our next destination, Gliese 667cc, a super-Earth that's got everyone talking. Now, Gliese 667cc is about 23.62 light-years away, and is about 4 times more massive than Earth. It orbits a red dwarf star, Gliese 667c, which is significantly smaller and cooler than our Sun. But here's the kicker: Gliese 667cc orbits within its star's habitable zone, making it a prime candidate for life. Now imagine the view from the surface of this planet. You'd have not one, not two, but 3 suns in the sky. The 2 main stars, Gliese 667a and b, would be visible as bright stars during the day and would cast a faint glow at night. Talk about a celestial light show. But what about the conditions on Gliese 667cc itself? Well, scientists believe it could be a rocky planet with a surface temperature that could support liquid water. Of course, there are still many unknowns, such as the composition of its atmosphere and whether it has a magnetic field to protect it from harmful radiation. Chapter 7. Kepler 186f, a true Earth twin. Our final destination on this cosmic quest takes us to Kepler 186f, a planet that's often hailed as one of the most Earth-like planets ever discovered. Located about 500 light-years away, Kepler 186f is about 10% larger than Earth and orbits a red dwarf star, Kepler 186. Now, what makes Kepler 186f so special? Well, for starters, it orbits within its star's habitable zone, meaning it could have liquid water on its surface. But it's more than just its location that makes it intriguing. Kepler 186f is remarkably similar to Earth in size and mass, suggesting that it could be a rocky planet with a similar composition to our own. And here's the really exciting part. Scientists believe that Kepler 186f has a good chance of having an atmosphere. Now, we don't know for sure what that atmosphere is made of, but if it's anything like Earth's, it could potentially support life. Imagine a planet with oceans, continents, and maybe even clouds just like our own. Of course, there's still a lot we don't know about Kepler 186f. What's the surface temperature like? Does it have a magnetic field? Is there any chance of life existing on this distant world? These are questions that future telescopes and missions will hopefully answer. Outro: keep exploring the cosmos. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this cosmic journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content. Until next time, keep looking up. As we've seen, the universe is chock full of potentially habitable planets, each with its own unique characteristics and mysteries waiting to be unraveled. And while we haven't found definitive proof of life beyond Earth just yet, the search is far from over. In fact, with each new discovery, we're getting closer and closer to answering that age-old question. Are we alone in the universe? And who knows? Maybe one day, we'll find ourselves packing our bags and setting course for one of these incredible worlds. Until then, keep exploring the cosmos.